Hello. In this video, I'm going to go over our first weekly APA review. Now, the goal of these assignments is to help you learn the various APA style rules that you will need to know for this class. So you need to learn these rules, and then hopefully you'll be applying them correctly in writings later on in the semester. Now, the easiest way is to use the APA manual. Suggested you purchase that in the syllabus, in my syllabus overview video. You see here that I provide that page number in the APA manual where you'll go to find these rules. The best way to learn these rules is when you have one of these APA reviews, go to that APA manual, read this section of the APA manual, highlight things as needed, and then use the APA manual to help you. If you don't want to purchase the APA manual, which again, strongly encourage you to do so, if you're going to go on in psychology, you'll use it quite a bit, even if it's just to a 4-year institution. There are these APA style guides. Now, I will also put a general rule up at the top, and that's listed here, that basically says use numerals to express numbers 10 and above, words to express numbers 10 and below, with specific exceptions. And there are a lot of exceptions. So, for example, 1 through 9 are written out as words. So again, under 10, written out as words, over 10 are written out as numerals. So you use the numbers for 10 and above. But there are a lot of exceptions. So if you don't have the manual and you're not planning on getting the manual, which again will help you with these assignments as well as your writings later on in the semester and be very beneficial as you go on, and it's not super pricey, I am going to include these APA style guides. Now, I'm doing this for this first war activity. I'm not going to continue to go do an overview for each one. I provide you the information. You're expected to read through it on your own. And then I will provide you a video going over the assignment, a short little video going over the assignment as a key to help you learn what you missed. So you can also click on this APA style guide. And basically kind of this first page says the same thing. And then we have the exceptions, numbers expressed in words. So here it's giving you the examples. This is under 10, so you use you write it out. This is under 10, so you write it out. Here, even when we're talking about ordinal numbers, see these are all under 10, so they have been written out as words. These are over 10, so they are written out as numerals. Now, here are some of the exceptions. When you have a number at the beginning of a sentence, you're going to write that out. However, a percentage within the sentence would not be written out. Here again, the number at the beginning of the sentence, you use the word. It's over 10. If it's over 10, so you use the numeral later on in the sentence. This is again numbers that begin a sentence title or heading. You want to try to reword the sentence to not have a number beginning, but at the beginning of the sentence. But if you do, write it out. Common fractions, those are going to be written out. Universally accepted phrases. So those are the exceptions for using the words. Now we're going to go back. There's a lot more exceptions for numbers expressed in numerals. So for those numbers under 10 to be expressed as the actual digits. So here again showing you this is over 10, so we use the numeral. Over 10, so we use the numeral. Now here, lots of our exceptions. So a unit of measurement. So when you're using a unit of measurement, milligrams, centimeters, you're going to use the number even though these are under 10. A statistical or mathematical function will be presenting F values and P values, and most of those will be under 10. So you would present the number, you don't write that out. Fractions or decimals except common fractions. We write them out as decimals here. Percentages get written out. So sometimes students want to write out the whole number for some reason. Maybe they learn that in a different style guide. Ratios, percentiles, and quartiles. And these ones you probably won't use as often. Percentages perhaps, but times and dates you'll probably be using frequently. So this is 30 seconds. Also note here that S is the approved, accepted abbreviation for seconds. 10 minutes, minutes. This is the accepted abbreviation for APA for minutes. Same 3 hours, so 3 is under 10. Normally you'd write it out, but because it is a time, you use the numeral. And here again, this is the accepted abbreviation for hours. Notice that there's no S, we don't pluralize it. That's a whole nother APA weekly review that we'll do. 2 days, so here's again a unit of time. 2 is under 10, so typically you write out that number, but this is an exception. 4 months, 2 years. Ages, we're not going to write out ages. We're going to use the numerals for that. Scores on a scale, so here, because you might be using this a lot to talk about Likert scales or something. So scored 6 on a 7-point scale. Those are both under 10, but this is an exception. Sums of money, talking about the actual number on a keyboard or something like that. So all of these are exceptions. The ones you'll probably use the most would perhaps be unit of measurement, percentages, and dates and times. So you could also just simply print this up and start making your own little APA style guide if you wanted to. Now comes time for the question. So you're going to identify how the sentence violates the APA rule and then rewrite the sentence, fixing the error, and highlight what you've fixed. So I'm not going to do that for you, but you see here the first one, hopefully from what I've gone over, you see right away what's wrong with this, and then explain to me why are you changing that? There should, for the most part, there's one error per sentence. Sometimes I've tried to fix most of the other typos and things that have been found in here. So you're going to go through all of these. Again, you're going to highlight what's wrong. You're going to copy the sentence and you're going to rewrite it for me and tell me what rule that sentence was violating. And they're normally pretty short, 4 to 5 questions typically. If you have any questions, please feel free to visit me in office hours and I'm happy to go over it with you more.